The Sand County Foundation, in partnership with the Colorado Cattlemen's Association, the Colorado Cattlemen's Agricultural Land Trust, and Peabody Energy, is proud to present its Leopold Conservation Award in Colorado to a family who is actively committed to a land ethic and who works ceaselessly to paint beautiful landscapes across our nation. The sponsors for this year's award include Peabody Energy, the Lind and Harry Bradley Foundation, and the Natural Resources Conservation Service. This Leopold Conservation Award is presented on an annual basis in 8 states.
I love the land. I love seeing the wildlife. I love the livestock as well. And I can't imagine a universe or a range out there without it all there. It just would be boring. You love the land. You want it all here. I don't want it destroyed. I want the next generations to be able to see what I've seen and enjoyed.
The ranch probably is somewhat over 100,000 acres. And just a little over 50,000 is private deeded, and the balance is BLM and state. We run both sheep and cattle on the ranch and have for a long, long time.
To me, holistic means that we consider everything from the range to our livestock to the wildlife and how it all interacts, even with Mother Nature and what we do. I don't consider myself to be a sheep man or a cow man. I guess I consider myself first to be a plant production person. We grow forage out here, and so we have to figure out some way to harvest that forage to produce income so that we can make a living. And so whether we use the sheep, the cows, the elk, the deer, the antelope, what we're trying to do is harvest that forage, and we want to manage to where we can maximize production of that forage.
I'm most proud of the fact that they keep the native species of plant life on the ranch. I think that's one of the utmost blessings that you can have, is the native species to stay and still have them on the land.
We have all 3 big game species. We have antelope, deer, and elk. And in the middle 1990s, we enrolled in the Ranching for Wildlife program. And we primarily did that because the elk numbers were at historic highs, but it's helped pull the total numbers down into what's a more manageable number for the range. The biggest projects we've done over the last several years have basically been water development projects, where we've partnered with NRCS and also the HPP program through the Colorado Parks and Wildlife, which you can get cost share monies to where we drill wells, we put in underground storage tanks to store the water, you put underground pipelines out to water tanks or water troughs throughout the country. And the idea is to try to better disperse the usage of the country, to get usage in areas where you weren't getting usage before. We're also going into areas that typically don't see much wildlife use, but if we can get the domestic livestock to use it, we can let the wildlife have some of the areas where there's more natural water available, where they can use that and we'll use the other. I don't really say that I've owned it. I've been entrusted with its care, why I'm here, and hopefully that I return it to the next generation or the future in as good a shape as I received it, if not better. My goal is it should be better. I think the range is better. It's improved. To me, we wouldn't have the diversity of the numbers of wildlife and everything out there if it wasn't getting better. You have to be dedicated a lot to. You have to really want to love the land. You're going to have to love life too.
To me, it was a good life. I enjoyed it. I'd do it again if I had to do it all over.
You want to see the new birth in the spring and the new green grass growing. And if you don't have that love for that and that desire to want to spend time out there, to see the early morning sunrises, to see the sunsets and watch, the sheep or the cows grazing up against there, that's what makes all the hard work worthwhile.